Hello and welcome. In this video we are going to take a look at how to use the delete statement in SQL Server. Specifically we're using SQL Server Management Studio. I forget what version, but it is the latest. Let's have a quick look. Version 18.8. I think you'll find it's 2019. You can actually download and install this for free. I'll leave a link in the description. I previously created a video where I show you how to do that. If you're a student or you just want to play around on your home PC, you can download this software for free and have lots of fun with it, I suppose. Depends what floats your boat. So obviously we're looking at a delete statement here. I've created a bunch of videos basically where we go ahead and create a table, create a function, create a stored procedure, use the update statement, the insert statement. So what I'll do is I'll leave links in the description to all of those videos just in case you want to check them out. If not though, let's have a quick look at what this table looks like. We've got a basic select statement there. What I'm going to do is, let me just delete that. It's from a previous video. Let's paste that in. So what we've got a table with, actually you know what, let me copy the column headers. Right, paste that back in. We've got ourselves 3 columns, a table with 6 records, a primary key, a column called key, and a column called value. So as you can probably tell, this is like a config table. It stores key and value pairs. I've created like a function and all sorts to be able to look up values within this table. But obviously we're looking at the delete statement today. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and delete, let's try and delete, say, this one here. So we want to delete the record, this record with ID 6. So let's look at how we might go ahead and write that. Well, the first thing you want to do is write delete. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. If you look at different people's SQL, the way they write it, they always write it slightly differently. So I'm going to show you the way I like to write it. I just think it's quite nice and clean. I actually like to use aliases. Some people don't, but I'm going to show you how I like to do it, and then you can decide once you've had a little bit of a play how you like to do it. I like to use the alias though because I get the IntelliSense and I enjoy using IntelliSense. So I'm going to say delete, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write the from statement next. So I'm going to say from, and I'm going to put in this table here. So DBO schema, config table, and the alias C. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to delete and say delete C. Okay, so that's the extra step that you have to make if you want to do, if you want to use an alias. So let me just show you what that looks like. Now the thing is that's it. Now that's how simple, that really is how simple the delete statement is. It's a very simple statement. However, it's the most dangerous statement because if you're working on a live database, trust me, this statement could probably ruin your day. And you might have an unhappy manager scratching his head when all of the data goes missing. So be very, very careful when you write your delete statements and make sure that they're only deleting the record that you want to delete. Now, as this currently stands, this is going to delete everything, right? And the way I like to test it is if you just basically copy this bit here or push enter a few times, just write select star, and then you can highlight the entire thing and run it. And the good thing about that is you can actually see what records it selects, and the records that it selects are the records that you're going to delete if you run this statement. Okay, so bear that in mind. So my advice to you is that before you ever run a delete or update statement, right, a delete or an update statement, always just throw in a select star just before you do it, just to make sure you know what is actually going to get deleted. Okay, trust me, it'll save you a lot of problems down the line. Now, we don't want to run that, do we? Because that's going to delete everything, and we don't want to delete everything. All we want to do is we want to delete the record where C, our alias, dot ID, let's go with the ID, equal to, and we want to delete record 6. That is how easy it is. Now let me just put brackets around the column name. I'm one of those people that always puts brackets around schemas, tables and column names because it protects you from using a reserved word that could potentially ruin your query down the line. I mean, we don't know in future versions of SQL Server Management Studio, we don't know what's going to be a reserved word. So me personally, I always like to put square brackets around those items. And actually, I quite like the way it looks because it helps me identify what the schema, the table and the column name is. But hey, a lot of this comes down to personal preference. So, you know, decide what you like to do and then be consistent. That is the most important thing when it comes to code readability and maintenance. Be consistent. Okay, so we've got our delete statement and we're fairly sure what it's going to do. I think it's fairly obvious what it's going to do. But as I said, what you want to do always, just write a select star. Actually, I missed this bit here. Select star, right? Just do a select star, run it, F5. Yeah, to run it, you click F5 or you can click on this execute button at the top. And we know that we're going to delete this record because that's the record that got selected. Now, if I'm honest, the way I like to lay my queries out, I like this. Let me show you. I think it's quite clean like this. Everyone has their own way of laying out code, but I really like that layout. I think it's brilliant. And the good thing about that is that if you wanted to, you could put a select in here and you could comment it out. So there's your delete statement. If you run it, it's going to delete record 6, hopefully. But if you wanted to just do a quick gut check, just to make sure you've done the query right, you can actually select from here. Don't forget, this is a comment. Yeah, so a comment is denoted by the double dash. Yeah, dash dash, it goes green. It's now a comment. But you can actually select from the start of the comment. Well, not the start, but you know, from the start of the select all the way down to the end of the delete statement. You can actually run that as a quick gut check. We know that that's going to work. So now all I have to do is select the entire thing and run it. Let's do it. One row has been affected. So let's go ahead and have a look to see what records we've got left. And as you can see, we've got records 1 through to 5, but we're now missing record 6. So actually, what we did worked perfectly. Now, if you don't put this where clause on the end, it will, as the select statement gives us a clue, it will go ahead and delete everything. So let's go ahead and delete everything. 5 rows affected. Let's go ahead and do a select star from and have a look what we've got. We know what we're going to have. Absolutely nothing. So just remember, the delete statement is a very simple SQL statement, but it's a very dangerous one. Always run the select statement prior to running a delete, just to make sure you're deleting what you intend to delete. And with that said, I hope you found this video informative. If you did, go ahead and make my day by clicking on the like button. And likewise, if you want to see similar content to this going forward, go ahead and consider subscribing. You won't be disappointed. I'm going to be making more content like this, and you'll make me a very happy man. And with that said, take care, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.